Hi everyone, for today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys on how to crochet a granny square. You would need yarn, crochet hook and needle, and also scissors. Note that you can vary the size of your square by changing the crochet hook size or reducing the number of rounds that you do for the granny square. So for round 1, we will need to do a slip knot, and then we are going to grab our crochet hook and do chain 4. We would then put the yarn around the crochet hook and work to the space formed by the first chain, and we are going to do a double crochet. Do another double crochet to that same space. Next, we would chain 3, and to that same space, we are going to do 3 double crochet. So we would always work into the space that is formed by the very first chain that we did earlier on. And so after the 3 double crochet, you are going to repeat the same steps 2 more times. So chain 3 and then 3 double crochet. Do it for 2 more times. After repeating the steps twice, we are going to do a chain 3, and then we are going to do a slip stitch to the end of the chain. So as shown here, I'm doing a slip stitch to finish round 1. And then we would chain 1, and then cut the yarn and pull the yarn through. And we are done with the first round. I would then grab a yarn of a different color and start with a slip knot. I would then go to one of the corner space of the very first round and do a single crochet. So I will do a single crochet into the space as shown here. And after doing the single crochet, I'm going to do a chain 2, and this would count as a double crochet. I would then do 2 double crochet into the space, and while I do so, I like to hide the shorter end of the yarn, but if you are unable to hide while crocheting, we can just weave it in later on. So next, I would do chain 3, and then I would do 3 double crochet into that same space. We would then do a chain 1 and work to the next space. While doing the double crochet at the next space, I like to hide the purple yarn behind it. But if that's too complicated, you can just weave it in later on. So what I'm going to do next is to do 3 double crochet to that next space. And then this would be followed by a chain 3. And I'm going to do another 3 double crochet into that same space. And so we would repeat the same steps as shown here 2 more times. After you are done repeating the steps, we would do a chain 1 and we would complete round 2 by doing a slip stitch to the end of the chain. So as shown here, I'm doing the slip stitch and then we would do a chain 1, cut the yarn and pull the yarn through, and we are done with the second round. And so for the third round, I'm grabbing the purple yarn and forming a slip knot, and then I would start by doing a single crochet to one of the corner space. This is similar to what we did at the start of round 2. And then I would do a chain 2 and do 2 double crochet into that space. Next, I would do a chain 3 and do 3 double crochet into that same space. I would then do a chain 1 before moving on to the next space. And to the next space, I'm going to do 3 double crochet. Next, I would do a chain 1 and do 3 double crochet to the next space. This is followed by a chain 3 and then I would do 3 double crochet into that same space. And then repeat the same steps as shown here twice more. So we are done with making the 4 corners after repeating the steps twice. And then we would do a chain 1 and do 3 double crochet into the next space. Next, we would do a chain 1 and complete round 3 by doing a slip stitch to the end of the chain. Do a chain 1, cut the yarn and pull the yarn through, and we are done with the third round. For the fourth round, we are going to do a slip knot and we are going to do a single crochet to one of the space at the corners. This is similar to what we have been doing so far. And so we would do a single crochet as shown here. And then we are going to do a chain 2 just like before, and this would count as a double crochet. So we would need to do 2 more double crochet into that space. This would be followed by a chain 3 and another 3 double crochet into that same space. We would then do a chain 1 and do 3 double crochet to the next space. We would do this twice. Next, do a chain 1 and do 3 double crochet to the space at the corner here. Do a chain 3 and another 3 double crochet into that same space. We would then repeat the same steps as shown here twice more. So once you are done repeating the steps twice, we are going to do a chain 1 and 3 double crochet to the next space. Do these steps twice. Next, we will do a chain 1 and do a slip stitch to the end of the chain to complete the 4th round. And then do a chain 1, cut the yarn and pull the yarn through, and we are done with the 4th round. And so this is how the granny square would look like. We would now weave in the yarns, and I will show you guys on how to weave in the yarn. So I will do the hiding back and forth as shown, and what I will do is to use the crochet needle, and I'm going to weave in the yarn, and I would try to skip a stitch here, so I would go over that and go under the next stitch. As shown here, I am weaving in the yarn. And then I'm going to go back to the opposite direction, and this time round I would skip the stitches. I wouldn't go back into that same hole, but I'm going to skip a stitch and weave in the yarn. And then I would go back to the opposite direction again, and I would skip the stitches here, and I would go into the next space here. So do this for 2 or 3 times, and then you can cut the yarn. Repeat these steps for all the yarns, and we are done with weaving in the yarn. So this is how the granny square would look like once you are done with making the granny square. That is all for today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, please remember to like and subscribe, and thank you for watching. See you guys next time. Bye!